When I'm up through the night, I can't turn down the noise. Say all the words out of my mind about who I'm supposed to be. I start to believe I can't get it right. Remember the days I let slip away. They were simpler times. Mama told me before you leave, if there's only one thing you remember from me, child, when you're out on your own.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. I want to start this video by making breakfast because I have a lot of things that I want to do on this particular day. So I'll start by making breakfast because it is actually 8 a.m. in the morning. So I want to make some sweet potatoes just to break away from the norm of bread and sausages. I just want to go a little bit healthy. Take some sweet potatoes. I love sweet potatoes because they are nutritious, they are filling, and they are actually also so good. I love the yellow ones compared to the white ones. The white ones, I feel like the sugar is way too much. So that is why I prefer going for the yellow ones. So I'll peel them. Normally, what I do with mine, I just peel them, wash them, then I'll be using a steamer. I have a steamer that I normally use to steam the things that I want to steam. So I always steam my potatoes. I don't cook my potatoes, I just steam them. So this is the steamer, the pot that I have. It normally comes in a set with other pots, but those pots I no longer have them. I give them away. So I only have this steamer. I had to retain the steamer. So I've put some water to boil, then I put the steamer on top that has the sweet potatoes, covered it. They are going to steam like 20 minutes and they'll be done. That in that manner they just avoid being in water or having some water retention in them. And then I'll be making some porridge. Normally I use fermented porridge, but I had not fermented my flour. I had not fermented my flour, so I decided to just go with the plain flour. This is millet flour. This millet flour, I normally get the millet from home and then I mill it, and I'll be using it for my porridge. Whenever I want to make porridge, I use that. And to sweeten up my porridge, I sometimes use honey, and I don't use sugar. I use honey or jaggery. So this jaggery is the one I bought recently from the supermarket, and I love how clean it is. Some jaggeries, you get some impurities, you get a lot of stones in them. So this one is so good. I'll put it inside the water, the boiling water that I had put there for making porridge. I'll let it boil with the jaggery, and then I'll be now the mixture that I've made using the flour, I'll be mixing in the water. This is how we make our porridge. You keep stirring continuously to avoid making lumps, and the porridge is done. Yeah, it bubbles for just some minutes just to cook it, and then you serve it. So I had to put it in the thermos because there are kids, they'll be drinking all throughout the day. See how the potatoes just turned out. They're so dry and they look so good. I got these peanuts from Lucy Nyabera. She's a YouTuber, and she actually bought these peanuts when she visited upcountry. And I had some laundry. I always have laundry like every day. The other laundry I had done last night. These are just a few clothes. I just want to throw them inside the laundry, and that is it. I'll not be doing much of the laundry on this video. I'm just putting the few clothes that I have here. I don't like the piling because if I pile the clothes, honestly, it's going to be very hectic. So I normally do in bits. So these are the ones that we removed yesterday night. They are the ones that I want to run this morning, and a few towels. And then I'll just head out because I have a few things. I have a few things that I want to pick from the supermarket.
When I'm up through the night, I can't turn down the noise. Say all the words out of my mind about who I'm supposed to be. I start to believe I can't get it right. Remember the days I let slip away. They were simpler times. Mama told me before you leave, if there's only one thing you remember from me, Child, when you're out on your own, a million miles from home.
Celery is one thing that is so hard to get at the open market, so I always opt to come at the supermarket to get it from there. And also mushrooms, it's so hard to get them at the open market unless it is somewhere else, but here at our place you can never get mushrooms at the open market, so I normally go to the supermarket to get the button mushrooms because I love the button mushrooms, and mostly those are the ones that are available. Sometimes we have oyster mushrooms, but oyster mushrooms just have this weird taste, so I never go for them. Then I came across this section over here at Chandarana. They normally have offers, good offers. Imagine this tin over here. Initially it was at 500. Now this glass jar, is it a glass jar? Yes, goes at 200 at 395. How fair is that? How fair is that? And the one that goes at 800 somewhere else, here it goes at 500, the large one. I'm telling you, these were good offers. I had not planned. I just came across the offers, and I hope they don't end very soon. I think these offers just run at any Chandarana. I think just at any Chandarana. Yeah. But I just decided to admire a few things like this pot. I've always wanted to get a glass pot, but it was quite pricey, so I just left it. And then we had to go upstairs. I needed some planters. The place where I got the plants from, they were very pricey, so I just decided to come to Chandarana, and they were very affordable, so I got those. So these are the things that I got. I got some peppers, I got some mushrooms, and I also got some wings because I love wings. I got some Ziploc bags. I decided to try this Maxell bathroom cleaner and see how it works. I got some Safi bleach, I got some toilet cleaner, I got some tray, and also some tins for the kids to carry their snacks in. Then the jar that had an offer, I decided to get one for salt. And I bought that oil just to make for mandazi, for frying things. Yeah, for frying things. I wouldn't be frying my things with rinse, and it's quite pricey as well, so I don't want to play around with it. Then decided to plant now, to just transfer my plants into this planter. At least they will be looking decent. I noticed that I was supposed to get 4, but I got 3. But as we talk, I got another one that I was to put the snake plant, so I'll be putting it later.
Up through the night, I can't turn down the noise, tear all the words out of my mind about who I'm supposed to be. I start to believe I can't get it right. Remember the days I let slip away, they were simpler times. Mama told me before you leave, if there's only one thing you remember from me, child, when you're out.
I decided to make the kids' bed because they had forgotten to make it. I just want to remove this mosquito net. I don't know if you use mosquito nets, but I use mosquito nets because there are a lot of mosquitoes and I don't want to take any risks. So that is why I'm using the mosquito net. And I want to wash some of the beddings over here that are a little bit dirty. And also I noticed this bed, when there is a lot of dust, it's easier to notice the dust, so I keep wiping it. So later I'll be wiping it and remove all the dust, but for now I'll just organize and arrange this bed. I'm not changing any bed sheets. These bed sheets I just changed them recently, so I'll just be just arranging the bed and making it a little bit neat.
My compass was wrong, and I'm still on my way closer to where I belong. I'm still rolling the dice, praying sometimes don't last it long. I'm losing my faith, I'm walking away from what you knew all along. Mama told me before you leave, if there's only one thing you remember from me.
I honestly don't have an idea how this place got messy. I honestly don't know. Even there's a spoon down there. I just don't know how it got there, but it's a kid's room. You can be surprised with so many things. So today I decided to just sweep. I'm not going to mop the floors until later in the week. Sometimes I get tired of doing all this work because honestly I don't have a DM. I normally handle all my work by myself. That is why I decided to take a rest and just sweep the place. So this is the dust I was talking about. As you can see, it has a lot of dust. So I'll be using the Maxell Oxygen Cleaner. That is a multi-purpose cleaner, and be wiping this bed.
Dancing on the moon. Child, don't forget who you are.
As for the kids' bathroom, I never deep clean it during the week. I just wipe it. I wipe the floors whenever they take the shower. I've never taken the time to deep clean it, but on this day, I normally go extreme and deep clean it. So inside the toilet, I'm using the Sufficient toilet cleaner. It's so good. It's my third time using it, and I can guarantee you that it is so good. At this point in life, we just have to go with everything affordable because everything is quite high. And for my walls, I'm using the Maxell bathroom cleaner. It was my first time trying it, and the shine that it gives is just amazing, and the smell is just also amazing. I'm using a piece of towel, like a towel that I'm using to wipe the walls. I did not need to even scrub these walls. This Maxell bathroom cleaner was just doing everything for me.
About who I'm supposed to be, I start to believe I can't get it right. Remember the days I let slip away, they were simpler times. Mama told me before.
The purpose of such kind of videos is just to motivate you to clean your space. If you weren't in a position, or maybe you are not feeling like cleaning your space or your bathroom, you can get the motivation by cleaning your bathroom. And also the purpose of also mentioning these products is for you to be able to know the kind of product that you can use in cleaning your space, or maybe cleaning your bathroom. Sometimes it's just good to credit as something where it is necessary. Like, if I love these products, why not mention them? And I feel like the prices are just so good, and they really perform so well. Like, I've been using Maxell Oxygen Cleaner, and that all multi-purpose cleaner is just so good. I've decided to try the second product from them, and this is the Maxell bathroom cleaner, and I guarantee you I'll be going back for more and more and more of the products from Maxell cleaners.
Mama told me before you leave, if there's only one thing you remember from me, child, when you're out on your own, a million miles from home, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders, child, don't forget who you are, don't lose your head.
For the floors, I decided to use the Sufficient toilet cleaner because I find it having a lot of foam, and it is so good when using to scrub the floors. I also combined it with a little bit of the scoring powder, that is the Sufficient scoring powder, and then I ran some water and also finished up scrubbing the floors. Also, for mopping the floors, I decided to use the Sufficient jig. It was my first time actually to use the Sufficient jig. I've never used it before, so I was giving it a trial. I cannot say anything about it for now until I use it a little bit more. I added a little bit of it into the water, and also added some Sufficient toilet cleaner and mopped the floors. On this day, I did not use hot water. I just decided to use the jig to disinfect the floors. I also did wipe the door, but I did wipe it off camera, so I did not show that. But I did wipe the doors because it had a lot of stains.
I bet my life you be dancing on the moon. compass was wrong, and I'm still on my way closer each day to where I belong. I'm still rolling the dice, praying sometimes it don't last that long. I'm losing my faith, I'm walking away from what you knew.
It's dinner time. I want to make some dinner, and for dinner I want to fix some ugali and greens and some stew. So I'll start by cooking ugali. My water is already boiled. Ugali is just here the flour that we use is just maize that has been milled. This is whole maize that I've milled myself at the posho mill. I love using the whole milled maize compared to the refined one for some reasons, yeah. And then on this other side, I want to make the stew. I've added a little bit of curry powder into my oil and also some turmeric. I've also added some chopped onions and minced garlic. I just want them to brown just a little bit. As I said, I love infusing my spices in the oil just to get extra flavors in whichever stew that I want. But I can always change the way I put my spices. There are so many ways, but most times I prefer infusing my spices inside the oil. So everything is browned. These are blended tomatoes. They are raw blended tomatoes, so I'll just add them into the onions, mix well, and then cover them, let them simmer for like 6 to 10 minutes just to remove the rawness of the tomatoes. Then I have here some boiled beef I'm going to add in, mix it well. I'm telling you, whatever I wanted to make this day is not what I did make. I just changed the recipe along the way, and I'm glad I did. So this is a natural yogurt. I'm using natural yogurt to make this stew. So the broth that I've used to make the stew is actually the broth that I did use to boil the meat. And I'm going to throw in some mushrooms generously, like generously, because I'm guaranteed of good flavors, because the broth that I'm using is the broth from this beef, and the mushroom don't interfere with the flavors of the beef, nor does the beef interfere with the flavors of the mushrooms. So I've added a little bit of also celery stalks. I used the tender celery stalks, and then finally I did garnish with some red pepper and yellow pepper, and finally some fenugreek powder. The reason why I'm using celery stalks, it's because I love celery, and if you go pouring a lot of celery inside your meat, it is going to actually get rid of the flavors of the meat. So just use a little bit of it just to bring out the aroma, and also to flatter the meat with a little bit of some veggie. So the meat is done and the stew looks delicious. I did saute some spinach mixed with sukuma wiki, then also added some Greek yogurt into my spinach. If you ever tried this, just tell me that you loved it, because I did love it. It was my second time trying this, and it's so delicious. So I did serve this with the ugali and the stew, and everything looks delicious. If you watched this up to this point, thank you so much. Thank you for being here, and if it is your first time, please consider subscribing. To my returnees, thank you so much. Until next time, bye guys.